Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we speak fitness and travel. We're enthusiastic about travel and we have a community of guys who really love that too. Now, as shared in my community on my YouTube page, I am sharing today with you 5 hacks on how you travel the world at zero cost, all expenses paid. Now, travel hack number 1, it's scholarships. We all know the various types of scholarships. We have the merit scholarships, academic scholarships, military scholarships, athletic scholarship. But we are focusing on academic scholarship this time. I'm sharing this because it's what that has worked for me. It's what I've managed to get on that plane and go see the world. Now, they come with benefits. It can be living allowances, medical insurance, a return ticket, and very many other things. So for one looking at traveling abroad, it can be to the neighboring states, it can be like Rwanda, it can be Kenya, or even past Africa. You should embark on seeing how one can go about any scholarship that best suits their academic activity. So for our second hack, on these 5 hacks of traveling without a single coin is fellowships. Now, in this particular case, I'm talking about professional fellowships. This is where a group of same minds gather to discuss a particular purpose. Now, for the case of this video, I encourage all those in a certain profession. Let's say if you're a statistician, if you're a demographer, if you're a researcher, to look out for those fellowships. Yeah, there are those sites that share opportunities to look out for certain fellowships. I'll share the link in the description for certain sites that share those opportunities for young people, for careerists to always embark on applying for those opportunities. Now, fellowships usually have a way they do things because they know that these people are in a working environment. You're not going to keep them for a long time, but they usually focus on an in-house of around 2 weeks. Then they complete the 1-year fellowship back at home when they're attending virtual classes and doing other research oriented modules. Now, for my case, I happened to be part of a fellowship in Kenya. It was sponsored by USAID, and I really had fun. We went to one of the most exclusive places in Kenya, in Nakuru, visited parts, exclusive parts in Masai Mara. Of course, the projects, like there are projects about what we're doing in Kenya in those other places. But since I was in cohort 1 of that fellowship, we happen to have the best. There are different cohorts going on. I would say you would apply for all those and you get to travel, because this fellowship, they called us in Kenya 2 times. We could also go back, but they catered for the return tickets, living allowance, and they also catered for the trips. The trips were all catered for. So this is one other hack that you can embark on to travel light. Number 3, and it's called ministry. Now with this hack, you have to be affiliated to a church. It doesn't matter if it's a church, if it is a mosque, anything to do with religion. You're supposed to be affiliated to a house of worship. Yeah, that's the right word to say. Now, for my case, I got to travel. My first time to travel to our neighbors in Kenya was through an organization that was called Word of Life International. It's both an international school and a church. It's under the Baptist Church, and we were trained in 2013 as discipleship training kids. So, but then for us to travel, we're supposed to go and minister to the secondary schools in Nairobi. We're supposed to act in a play called Born Again. It was supposed to show the life of a kid who went astray and started doing bad things. So, and you know how stories that uplift secondary kids, we want them the edutaining part of the story as the way we were supposed to win souls of the kids and bring them to Christ. Now, this trip was ecstatic. I was young. By then, I was in my Form 6 back. I didn't have a national ID. I didn't have any document that really speaks of me as a Ugandan citizen. So all I had to do was go to the immigration's office in Port Bell, it is in Luzira, in Kampala, and get my immigration card. So I remember that the journey started at 5 a.m. It was a great road trip. We resided in Kabete, Nairobi. June, I remember well, it was really cold. And we were having our lunch and evening teas in the mall. So big ups to Word of Life International. That was one trip. So I was really excited. You know, for you to travel, you're supposed to begin somewhere. Like for the low budget travelers, I know there are people out there who start with Dubai, etc. So back to the hacks. That's one hack. All you have to do is be affiliated to a church. Not just be affiliated to the church. Are you a Christian? Do you mean it? Are you a Muslim? Are you following Christ? Are you following Allah? Are you following whomever that church is leading you to? Those church departments always have such arrangements to take their ministers with them to, first of all, minister and explore. All church settings have that. You do the ministry and the fun bit. So that's one way you can hack into traveling at zero costs. Usually by then, but a few churches could be like, can you please bring in this much? But in most cases, it is zero cost. And we're back for the fourth hack to travel without a single coin. You're going to pay $0 for it. Is simply having family abroad. Most of you don't know it, but I'm affiliated to our neighbors in Rwanda. My beautiful mom is Rwandese, and I happen to be proud of being a Rwandese affiliate in a way. So the first country that I ever left, that was when I was like 6 years old, was Rwanda. They are neighbors. So my mom took me to Rwanda. We were going to visit their dad, who wasn't feeling well at that time. So that's the first time I left. I crossed border. It is very important to know that family dispersed in various parts of the world is important. So some of you have family abroad. For example, in the States, some have it in Kenya, some have it in Australia. So it's very key. I recently had a friend who has a friend in Germany. Like, they just sent her an invitation to attend a birthday, stipulating clearly that they are going to pay for everything, be it from the tickets to the stay, and they're taking like main focus of making sure she will have a good stay in Germany. So family is important, and at times family can help you travel. For example, that friend of mine traveled to Germany just for a month to celebrate family, someone's birthday. So that's our fourth travel hack in this episode. Yep. Before we dive into the last and fifth travel hack, I want to thank you guys for sticking around, and thank you for being part of this community. We are still few in numbers, but you're going to grow this. I feel the ambition that you're going to grow this to greater heights. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do. Put all notifications so you don't miss anything. Okay. The last travel hack is working abroad. Now, very many of my friends have gone abroad. Yeah, working abroad is fun because after a day's work, you're going to have to visit places, cool places around that country you've been at. And remember, those companies taking you are catering for your working visa. Some cater for your tickets. Some cater for living allowances. Some literally pay you to just stay in that country as you render services. So basically, working abroad is very key for whoever would want to have a switch in the environment. That's it, guys. Thank you for sticking around. This was fun. Catch me in the next video as I talk about travel and working out. Peace.